Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you and welcome back to the Beta Plan, doing a very special video. A thank you video to you, my watchers, because very recently we surpassed as a community the 100 subs. Now, a lot of people would say congratulations to me, but I say thank you to you, because I'm just a man rambling on into a mic, doing what I already would normally have done, playing games. And you are the ones that decide that despite the fact that I do not have 180p or a computer with a processor that actually can show off, for instance, the newest games like Fallout 4. Yeah guys, sorry I tried, but no dice. It just doesn't want to record in any way and I would dare and show off. Yet despite all this, you stick around and say that you find enjoyment in watching me, the channel, our channel. So I thank you. I thank all of you, each and every watcher, for allowing this community to grow to 100 subs. And that within the span of 6 months. Perhaps slower than I would like, because I would like to spread the love around to 1,000 people or more. But on the other hand, also faster or more than I would ever have expected. And wherever you are from, whatever you believe, whatever you do, I thank you. Just once again. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. So, let us actually begin with the proper Q&A. And I want to start with the question, where are you from? Because this has been asked actually twice. So, it must be a very important question indeed. Well, I come from the Netherlands, or as is pronounced in our language, Nederland. I was born in the city of Leiden, and, well, I grew up there and went to school there and what have you not. But that was only until I was 18, after which I chose to move to the University of Wageningen, which is here in the Netherlands. But that place could not contain me for long. My thirst for knowledge was greater, and thus I moved from the Netherlands all the way to Austria, yes, to the capital, Vienna. However, I didn't stay there. I stayed there for 1 year, and after a year I went back to my university in the Netherlands, Wageningen. That's not the end place where I am currently living though, and where it all ended up my story. Because I did a PhD in Utrecht, right in the smack middle of the country, and thus I saw the spot nearby. Right off a little to Utrecht is a town called Zeist, and that's where I went to. That's over here. And that is where I still currently live, right in the smack middle of it all. And that is where I produce your content. On to the next question. Having dealt with the issue of where I am from, I think it is time to answer the questions about the channel itself. Both of these questions actually asked by the same person. The first question being, for what reason did you start your own YouTube channel? Well, actually that is probably extremely boring as an answer, because it is quite commonly shared among YouTubers, exempting the first one. As I have said in several episodes, and if you may not know that yet, then now you know, I am currently jobless. That is one thing. I have a lot of time on my hands. Second, I love games. Thirdly, I love to entertain people, or at least to help people. And I know that watching YouTube can be good for the mindset sometimes. Just having a little laugh, having something to distract you. And that is why I started this channel. Now, when you start a channel, of course, you have to pick a name. So why the heck did I choose the Beta Plan? Well, this is actually not what I would suspect I would be able to do for a living. After all, I don't have the, well, as I said before, technological equipment to actually make the best videos in the world, even if I want to. Let alone stand, of course, that I have an absolutely horrid personality. Anyhow, that of course means that, well, it's more or less of a backup plan. A beta plan, if you will. On top of that, I do things a little bit alternatively, or at least I try to do so at times, and hence I've also thought it was nice to have it as the beta plan. And, well, I am educated in a beta science, namely biotechnology. Hence, I chose the name, the beta plan. Having answered the questions about the channel, I think it's time to answer questions about possible content on the channel. Will you ever play Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe? Well, I already owned it, even for this question. I just didn't know that my watchers like this type of content, and as such, well, I have never even give it a thought as to, well, show it on the channel. Now, it's not that I have played it also recently, don't get me wrong, it's been a while since I dabbled in that game. And if I would do it, I'm not sure if I want to do it with a long series, but then again, that's what it lends itself the best to. But telling me this has opened my eyes for that, and perhaps this type of subcategory of strategy, building up a company or a city, may also be something that we would like to see here on the beta plan. The other question about a game that can possibly be content on the channel is, will you ever play Castlevania Symphony of the Night? The problem with that game is that it was released for PlayStation, Sega and Xbox. And I don't own any of these consoles, and such this channel will not have console exclusive titles. For instance, also like The Last of Us, which I would love to play myself. But I am going to hope that the petition to Steam, because I know that's there and that's because of a reason, the petition to Steam to bring Castlevania Symphony of the Night towards the PC will be heard. Because though side-scrolling and bashing is not entirely my thing, it is said not to be an extremely long game with an extremely good action atmosphere and a good story, so of course it fits thematically very well to the beta plan. I hope that petition goes through. And with that, we come to the last question. Do you like massive multiplayer online role-playing games? No. I am sorry, and that is partially because of a prejudge of mine and how the way I am as a gamer. The prejudge is that I have the feeling that most massive online role-playing games do not have a very good story, or if they once had, they bring out so many DLCs that the story gets broken and they focus on other things that are, well, less interesting. I am also not one to grind for gear, and personally I don't like it if my question givers have a big old question mark or exclamation mark or what have you up on their head, showing you, hey, you need to talk here, and not 20 people are online standing around the same quest giver. It just breaks my immersion. So that is simply a personal quirk. Perhaps if I had friends to play with certain online role-playing games, I might dabble in it, but for now, I don't. And that was the last question, and thus the last answer. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A, and I say, I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.